If you have watched the preceding videos in this series, you have seen the lab data and the mechanism behind subconscious restructuring. For professionals, the question is now operational. How do you implement this in a real-world practice? The training demographic for this framework includes clinical psychologists, psychiatrists, medical doctors, executive coaches, and fitness trainers. Because the framework serves as a foundational layer, it requires no specific clinical prerequisites. It is built to amplify the effectiveness of your existing modality. The evidence-based standard is currently moving from the lab into active practice. This requires professionals prepared to adopt a strict mechanical protocol. This table compares traditional therapy against subconscious restructuring. Traditional therapy relies on an undefined baseline and subjective notes. SR establishes a concrete objective by defining a clinical normal, tracked through a 22-point emotional fitness checklist. While traditional cognitive behavioral therapy uses open-ended treatment estimates, subconscious restructuring documents consistent outcomes, with symptoms reducing in as little as 4 hours. Clinical psychologist Dr. Brian Harward notes that despite a century of research in psychology, this program proves more effective than the majority of traditional clinical offerings. The training provides practitioners with an objective metric for emotional health. The certification architecture is a 3-day progression built with the structure of a medical residency. Day 1 focuses on foundation and measurement. Practitioners learn to establish a clinical baseline and master the BurrisConnect platform to manage client data. Practitioners implement both the emotional fitness checklist and the gut health checklist. This ensures they can identify when physiological disruptions in the microbiome are triggering anxiety or depression. Day 2 moves into process and follow-up. Practitioners complete the 7-step reprogramming process, navigate relationship issues, and establish protocols to improve metrics. Day 3 prepares the operational launch, covering legalities and integration with referring physicians through automated data collection. Within 72 hours, practitioners transition into equipped operators ready to launch an evidence-based practice. This professional infrastructure is provided to every certified practitioner to ensure consistent clinical results across any demographic. The practitioner guidelines are laid out in script form to remove subjective guesswork. Distinct manual variants account for adults, military personnel, and adolescents aged 9 to 17. The physical manuals are paired with full digital capability through BurrisConnect.com, providing the infrastructure for intake processing and longitudinal outcome tracking. Standardizing this toolset ensures that an intervention delivered in London matches the exact standard of an intervention in New York. Certification requires demonstrated operational competency. Sitting through the 3-day program is the beginning of the process, and the SRP designation is only granted upon proven performance. To earn the credential, practitioners must put 3 actual clients through the complete subconscious restructuring process. This requires collecting before and after data and conducting follow-up sessions to prove the ability to produce measurable outcomes. Dr. Ronald Clark, a retired Marine Lieutenant Colonel and 40-year PTSD counselor, validates the framework against the most difficult clinical population. He confirms its effectiveness for combat-related PTSD. This framework was designed to manage high-stakes combat trauma, providing a foundation that handles standard emotional and relationship challenges. Earning the certification grants entry into an ongoing, fully supported professional network. The support includes unlimited training retakes for clinical mastery, alongside e-commerce tools that enable direct revenue generation through public and private workshops. Theory will not change the mental health system. The change happens through practitioners who implement the framework and reach the people who need it. Verify upcoming training dates at burrisinstitute.com and secure your position in the next cohort.